Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Gine, and it's Gine's signature. So today I'll be making this beautiful skirt, a short gathered skirt with an organdy top. It's beautiful. It's trendy. You can rock it anywhere that you want. So if this is what you want, please kindly watch till the end, and please don't forget to share, like, and then click on that notification, and then of course kindly subscribe. So without wasting time, let's get right into it. So this is the organdy fabric that I'll be making use of. I have 2 yards of that on the table, and then I have this material that I had to like reuse because I had already sewn it before. Then I changed it. I just was tired of the style, so I wanted to use it for another thing, so I changed it. So let's get right into it. So I'll be cutting the top first before showing you how to go about the gathers short skirts. So basically there's nothing much in this tutorial. The main thing we're going to be doing is to just fold our fabric and ensure that you fold with your hip measurement. So because this is going to be a free cloth, so you just divide your hip by 4. Whatever you have, you just add 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and that will be all. So I already have my fabric folded, and I'll just be cutting out, like drafting out like a basic bodice. There's nothing much to it, as at this time the camera was just too zoomed in because I think my phone was misbehaving, because I normally use my phone to record, so it's zoomed in too much, please. So although it at the end of the day it came out okay, because so that you'll be able to see what I marked very well. So please kindly just watch. It's just a basic body, so if you're a beginner, please kindly watch very well. I know that most people that are already advanced can do this without watching it, but this is just to aid the beginners that are just learning, so that it will be easy for them when they want to make it. So you can see, as at that point my phone camera misbehaved and zoomed in more, so please kindly bear with me. So I'm just trying to get out the armhole. That is what I'm trying to do. I just came down by 9 inches for my armhole. I measured my shoulder measurements and then came down for my armhole. So this is just like a normal way of cutting most of the clothes. That's why I don't really want to waste much time. And for the neckline, I made use of 3.5 inches. So there's something you need to take note of when cutting organza. Please don't make it too wide, because by the time you're going to be using your bias to turn the neckline, after turning it, you just realize that the thing has gotten wider. So it's better to be safe than for you to just waste your material. So to be safe, that's why I marked 3.5, because I'm going to be using the same depth for both the front and the back, and I used 4 inches for the depth because this style is not going to be having any zipper, so it should be something that you can wear easily without zipper. So I'm going to be cutting the same neckline for both the front and the back. So I'm getting my bust measurement. Whatever your bust measurement is, you divide by 4, and then you add the sewing allowances that you want, inclusive ease, to make it free, because this is not a tight fitted clothes. So that is what I just marked, and then I just want to mark. I'll carve out the back armhole first, and then I'll do that for the front armhole as well. So we're not going to be needing our waist measurement here, so I'm just going to be going to the length of the top, and then I'll just mark out my hip measurement for that part. So here I'm just marking my front armhole. Just came in by half an inch, and then I'll curve it right in. I don't want to use my pattern master because it will just be shifting up and down. So that's what I just had to make use of my free hand to do that. So that's me just trying to explain some things, because I thought my camera was not capturing again as at that point. So yes, we're going to the length of the top, and for the length of my top I made use of 26 inches, because I don't want, at the time I wear it, because I'm going to be tucking in, I don't want it to be coming out. I think, sorry, I made use of 23 inches, not 26. 26 is damn too long. I made use of 23 inches. So whatever the length you want, please kindly mark it before you start your markings. So I'm marking my hip measurement, and then I added 2 inches sewing allowance. So I'm going to be connecting that, and I added one for ease. That's for it to be free and not to be tight. So I'm connecting that from my bust straight to the hip or the length of the top, and so I'll be cutting it out right now. So please, if you have watched up to this level, please kindly hit on that subscribe button, like and share. Please give this video a huge thumbs up. Thank you all. I love you. So as I did this point, I didn't know that my camera was not capturing what I was doing because I was trying to cut out the neckline. So please kind of pardon me because I didn't know it zoomed in. Yeah, so I'm cutting out the neckline right now. As you can see, just cut out the neckline. It's going to be the same thing. So I'm separating that so that I would adjust the neckline, the armhole for the front part. So that is what I was doing right there. I was cutting out the ½ inch for the front armhole. So yes, we have our front piece and then we have our back piece. So they are basically the same except for the armhole, which is different. The necklines are the same. So as you saw on the thumbnail, you would realize or see that there is a design in the front of the top. So that is what I'll be trying to explain right about now. There's really nothing much to it. You just cut out a very long strip. I cut out 9 inches in length. Sewing allowance is inclusive. So at the end of the day, I was left with 8 or 7.5 inches. Yeah. So that is what, as at this time, I had to readjust the camera. That's why you can see everything from afar. And I did this at night, but later I couldn't continue, so I continued the next day. So please bear with me. This place is a little bit kind of dark, but later it will get brighter. So that is me just trying to show you the thing from a higher angle very well so that you see it instead of it zooming down like that. So right about now, I want to cut out the sleeves. So I had folded my sleeve into two. If you check out the thumbnail, you see that the sleeve was not that very big. So what I did was that I measured my sleeve length, which was 24 inches, and then the width. Instead of my normal armhole, I increased that. I doubled it. So instead of my armhole being 10, I made it like 20 unfold. Or you can make it one and a half, as in your armhole times 1.5 instead of 2 inches if you don't want it to be too big. And so I just came down by 5 inches for my armhole this thing, and then I just carved it right there. I'm just tired, that's why I'm just talking like this, please pardon me. So now for my sleeve, because that sleeve that I'll be making use of an elastic band, so I'm taking measurement of my round wrist measurement, which was 7 inches. So instead of me having 7 inches of fold, I made sure that I doubled that, and that gave me 14 inches. So that is what I'm marking there with sewing allowances. So I'm just going to be connecting right from there down to that side. But by the time I'm cutting out my elastic band, I'm going to be cutting 7 inches. So by that time, the thing will squeeze in and give me what I want. So I'm cutting out the sleeve. It's just a basic sleeve. There's really nothing much to it. So we have our sleeve. It has to be big so that the puffy effect will show. So I'll remove one sleeve and then just show you like a caricature of what the sleeve is going to be looking like. I'm going to be gathering that upper part a little, not much of a gather, and then I'll fold the lower part and then insert an elastic band, which I'll be showing later in the course of this tutorial. So as at this point, I checked and I saw that the fabric that was left will not be enough for the design in the front end. So I waited till the next day because ordinarily I was tired. So I just had to postpone the video for the next day. So the next day I'm going to be showing you how to go about that. But I'm just going to be showing like an example of how it's going to be, but I showed it very well later on. So you just go to your shoulder and then you come down by 8 or 9 inches, and then that is on that mark that we are going to be placing that gathered design that is in front of the top. So as at this time I had gone ahead to use my bias, a matching bias, to turn the neckline of the top because this is a baby pink color. So I used the baby pink bias to turn the neckline for both the front and the back. And at this time I had gone to run my this material that I want to use for my gathers. I have the length there is 9 inches. I folded one side of the thing and then I will be folding another side. If you notice, I had to add join it so that it will be very long because I'm going to run a gather stitch on it to give that effect that I have. But before doing that gather stitch, make sure you fold both ends of the cloth so that by the time you are running your gathers is on that line that you are going to sew it so that it will look neat, because it's going to be showing on top of the top, on top of the top, yeah. So I'm marking 9 inches right there, and I'm going to be repeating the same thing on this other side. I'll mark 9 inches because it's on that line I'm going to be sewing, but I'll make sure I gather it first before sewing it on that line. So the line was not visible, but as you saw me do, please kindly do the same. So I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to be gathering it, and that is on that line that I'm going to be sewing all that. I'll be back to show you. So yeah, this was the next day and it's like brighter. So I had gone ahead to gather it. I've joined my shoulders and I've joined the side seam. So here it's already looking beautiful, and I've given it a very good press because we all know organza. Organza can be very funny. It was just standing as if it's at attention. So I'd ironed it very well. I'd given it a very good press. So you can see that everything is laying flat. And as for the sleeves, I'd gone ahead to gather the armhole side, and I folded the lower part where I'll be inserting my elastic. So that is the elastic I'll be making use of, and I'll be cutting out 7 inches too, so that I'll use one for each sleeve. So this is me just trying to repeat what I did earlier before cutting it. So that is 7 inches, so that is what I'll be cutting out. The only thing I added was half an inch extra just for joining the elastic on both sides. So I just added half an inch. So I cut out 7.5 in two places. So I will be using a safety pin to pass. Most of us should know how to do this, so we're not novices, so we should know how to do that. So I'll be showing the process of that, and I'm going to go ahead and insert my sleeves, and I'll be right back. So I'll do that later, and then let's get over to the skirt part. The skirt is very easy. The only thing you need here is you don't really need much measurement except your waist measurement. So I'd gone ahead to cut out the length of my gathers, putting into the consideration that I'm going to be using 2 inches for band. So I removed that when I was cutting the length. So I got the length, and depending on how many yards you want to use for your gather, that is how full you want it to be, you may use between 2, 3, 4, 5 yards. So that entirely depends on you. And I'd gone ahead to cut out a band totaling my waist measurements. I measured my waist and I got whatever I had got, and I ironed an airstay on it to give it stability so that it will be firm, and then I ironed a half inch inwards. So I'm going to be sandwiching the gathered part in between that, and then I'll run a stitch all the way down because I don't want any stitches to show, so that both the front and inside will be looking neat. And for people that want pocket, because from the one on the thumbnail the lady had a pocket, the only way you are going to be achieving that is when you cut this in two. You cut one for the front and then you cut another for the back, so that you have a joining by the side where you can insert your pockets. But for mine, I don't want a pocket because I'm managing my fabric, so I didn't want to go for pockets. So that is what I did. So I'm going to be doing this and I'll be back to show you how I joined the waist. So yes, I'm back. I've gone ahead to fix the sleeve, as you can see, and I've even used the bias to turn the length of my top. My top is looking very beautiful now. It's looking beautiful, and this is the skirt. So for the skirt, as you can see, I've joined it. So what is left now is to insert my zipper. So I'm just going to be coming down from the waistline by 9 inches, and from that 9 inches down, I'm going to be running 1 inch down, and then I'll fix my zipper, and then our skirt will be ready. The only thing left will be to fold the hem, that is the lower part, by half inch, half inch. So I'll be right back to show you. So yes, this top is just making me go gaga, so I had to come back to show you again. So as at this time, I've done the whole thing, fixed the elastics, and it's looking beautiful and sitting pretty. So now, yes, this is my skirt too. I'd gone ahead to do everything about it. I'd finished it. I'd sewn everything. You can see how cute and beautiful it looks. So I'm just going to be showing you a demo of how it will look when I wear it. Of course, you've seen that I've worn it. So this is the back where the two bands must definitely meet. So it's all looking beautiful and pretty. So yes, this is the top. So let me just tuck it in like that and then show you how it looks. So please, thank you all. Thank you for watching it to the end. This looks really beautiful. You can rock it anywhere. Thank you all and God bless you. Bye.